Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 13 of this 30-day Living an Authentic Life Challenge. Today, we are going to have a conversation about purpose because this challenge is designed to help you go deeper into a couple of different areas of your life. They're like stepping stones. We just finished a conversation about revelation, and a revelation of your life will help you seal what your legacy looks like. But in order for you to get to a true clarity of your legacy, it requires you to have some humility. And to get to humility, we often need to forgive. And when you forgive, you get to that place because you have revelation. And in order for you to do that, prayer is needed so that you can expand what you see to give you the legacy that you desire. But before we even get to legacy, it requires prayer. And how you identify yourself will give you the opportunity to go deeper into prayer and to get the identity to let the prayers that you have seal yourself in it. There's faith. And faith is not that hard because we often live a lifestyle that requires faith anyway. You may not think of it, but something about where you're living, how you're living, and what you're doing, you had a little bit of faith that was functioning there. But it may have required you to make some changes that you had to be intentional about. And at the beginning of all of that is where we find ourselves again today. Purpose. So, day 13, we are having a discussion about purpose all over again. But before I begin with that, I got a question. Who decided that the number 13 was unlucky? And why have so many people decided to just go along with it? You see, the thing about your purpose is that somebody somewhere may have defined your purpose for you. And if you never took the time to gain clarity for yourself, then you let somebody else's random thought be your defining moment, like the number 13 being unlucky. Mm-mm. I don't think that there's anything unlucky about the number 13, because if you take a look at some elements that have happened in life, it's 13 that gives it a different viewpoint. But before I go into that conversation, because I'm going to take that discussion a little bit deeper in the challenge. And for those of you that have been watching, the challenge takes place right here on Zoom. So if you are not yet on Zoom, I encourage you to register now while I do this quick introduction for those that are not in the middle of the deepness that the challenge goes. Because I shared with you earlier, how can great insight be gained in your purpose when you don't know what it is, but maybe, just maybe, you get a little glimmer of it, like a baby thought, a baby vision, a baby idea, baby faith, or baby trust that what you believe is your purpose is truly your purpose. I want you to sit in that and protect your baby, just like you'd have to protect your baby whenever you discover your purpose, even if it's in baby form. Protect it. Because too many of us allow what we think is just a small glimmer, and you shared it with somebody, and they were like, why would you want to do that? That doesn't even make sense. It was your idea. It was given to you for a reason. It became a revelation in your mind's eye for a reason. Don't let your baby be destroyed. Protect it. Because there will come something, and it does not matter. Anytime you make a decision to be intentional about a thought, about a vision, about your faith, about an idea, something is coming to try to steal it away. And when that moment shows up, here's something I want to encourage you. With the breaking of what's taking place, you get girded up in that thing being tested, because something coming trying to take away or break what you believe, you get stronger in it. It seals you a little bit deeper. I'm reminded of the story of Jesus where he fed the 5,000. Now that was a miracle moment, but not everybody that experienced that miracle knew it was a miracle. You see, the ones that knew it was a miracle were the 12 that was with Jesus. Now, here's the thing about that number 13, why I still don't know who started it, but why I feel 13 is a lucky number. Because Jesus was first, and then he chose 12. They together made 13, and it was the 13 of them that knew that feeding of 5,000 was a miracle. Because what Jesus asked the disciples to feed the 5,000 They knew they didn't have anything to offer. There are moments in your life, there's something that God knows that you have. It may be small, a baby moment that you don't really think of much, but the world around you is looking for you to have it given to them. Because I firmly believe with everything in me that we were placed in the earth for a reason. You were born with something that you're supposed to give to the masses. Now, the 12 knew that those 5,000 people needed to be fed, but, well, it was more than 5,000 because they said it was 5,000 men. So it was probably about 15,000 people that needed to be fed. But what Jesus did with the disciples, the 13 of them knew something had to happen because what they discovered when Jesus said, go look, was 2 fish, 5 loaves of bread, something small, a baby amount. But it was the baby amount that they had. And when they took it to Jesus, their baby amount, Jesus broke it. It was tested. And then the testing was a dividing, and the dividing was a growth. Your baby moment, that baby idea, that baby vision, that baby trust, that baby faith, it will be tested. It will get broken. But if you place it in Jesus' hands, he will multiply it. Because that part you will recognize when the masses get a hold of what your purpose is, the reason you are put into the earth, they will experience the miracle, but you will know where it came from. So day 13, let's revamp the thought about it because it is a lucky number, because it was the 13 that knew that the feeding of the 5,000, that story that's told time and time again, was the miracle that the 13 knew. Because those 15, possibly 1,000 people that got fed, they didn't know it was a miracle, but the 13 did. So, day 13. Let's dig a little bit deeper because we have got to talk about this a little bit more with the people that are here on Zoom. And I encourage you, if you have not yet gone over to register, go to tanyaehud.com. Click quick because at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are done. See you later. Hopefully, you'll be joining us on Zoom tomorrow. In the meantime, this is Tanya Ehud walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.